ladies, welcome to another call with She. She owns, she builds, she invests. We are super excited. We are on a mission to help 1 million women create generational wealth by investing in real estate. But not only that, at the same time, fostering personal, professional, and spiritual growth. So, welcome, and hopefully, you can join us. Thank you for joining us on this mission. We are super excited for all the plans that we have for She. And let's get started. So, we're gonna start today a little bit different because do you guys agree that if my success is your success and if and your success is my success, are we in the same page here?
Well, I hope so. After
Love
that.
it.
Yes.
Can you put a heart on the chat just to make sure we're on the same page? We always talk about our goals, and when we all have different goals, but today I want to give I'm actually gonna share my screen really quick. There you go. So we have quick success story to share, and we figured it will be really nice to share with you because it will help you, inspire you with your goals. So let me go here. Sorry, there you go. So this is about Brooke. Congratulations on achieving your goal, Brooke. We're super excited for you. And I want you to take the mic and take it over, please. Tell us your
And I gotta take a photo. This is the cutest thing. And my daughter's in here too. She's like, oh, y'all made me teary. Look what they did for me. Sorry, this was not planned, y'all. So I didn't know that this was happening. So this is very sweet of you. Thank you so much. And congratulations. Yes. So let me pause and rewind. Since I started this journey 2 years ago, my ultimate goal was to leave my corporate job. Being told when to take a vacation, I can only take 2 weeks or 3 weeks, or why aren't you at this, or having people just tell you what you can do, what you can't do, and asking for permission to be at my daughter's games and all the things. And when I first met Grant and signed up for all the mentorships and then collaborate with Massive Capital and all the wonderful people in this ecosystem, I immediately started taking action and stopped the frivolous spending, because coming from the corporate world, it's golden handcuffs. Okay. I've had a 6-figure base and I was making a lot of money in commissions. And the way I was spoiling myself was with Louis Vuitton purses and nice shoes and buying all the things and living this lifestyle without really growing my net worth. And then I felt stupid after meeting all these people. And I'm like, why am I doing this? And so the next 2 years, I started, okay, if I can't write this off, I'm not buying it. If it is not growing myself, financially or my future, I'm not investing in it. Right. And so I cut the frivolous spending, made sure everything was paid off except for my mortgage, and I have utilities. And then I had 6 months in the bank account. So I had to make sure I have that in right now. My 401k is getting liquidated. That's going to be a buffer too. So I'm so grateful and honored to be able to do this in 2 years. So if you essentially write down your goals, so you can't see my desk that I'm at, but I have like a love note from Grant Cardone, and one from Brad Sumrock, and one from Michael Blanc, and then love notes from my kids that I can do this, and my husband, and what my goals are, professional, personal, and spiritual, and physically, and Hal Elrod. I have a note from him, and things. Just surround yourself, because when I come back home, I don't have you guys. I don't have the Jasmines, the Marias, and the Liz's, and the Barbies, and the Angelas around me. I lost a lot of my friends. So I surround myself with love notes, and even in my bathroom, love notes, and I have affirmations and what I'm grateful for. And it really helped me steer the course. So just stay focused. And what is that Bible verse, which is actually at my desk? Proverbs 16:3. Commit your work to the Lord and your plans will be established. And I'm not super religious, but I am very spiritual. And I feel like God, the atmosphere, everything I speak my good into is coming to full fruition. And now I'm ready to just spread it out on a massive level. So I'm so grateful to you, Jasmine and Maria. You honestly got me choked up, and that's hard to make me cry. And it means a lot. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Love you, Brooke.
We love you, Brooke.
It means a lot. It was a lot of work, but I'm here and I'm happy.
The first time I met you, Brooke, was at a Cardone event. And the first thing you told me was that you're going to leave your W-2. And just being in that moment, I think it was almost 2 years ago or a year and a half ago when I met you. And just, you never know, like when you hear someone say that you're going to be in the room with them when they announce this huge momentous thing. And Brooke, we are so proud of you. And I'm living through you. I'm crying. You're crying. This is so much love. We're so proud of you.
22 years, y'all. Like, I was in the corporate world for over 22 years. And so to have control of my future and our businesses and be able to have control of my time, it's a rebirth. So I'm very elated and I'm excited for what's in the future.
Whew. All right.
Oh, that was amazing. That's a good way to start the call. We all have all the feelings and everything going on here. So thank you, Brooke. We're super excited. We're super proud. And I wanted to share it here because it helped us. It helps us and it inspires us because we all have different goals. We're in different journeys, but it's nice when we see women achieving their goals because their success is not going to take away any of our success. Like, we all here are winning and being successful, and it's amazing, this community that we have built. Well, let's get it started, Maria. Everyone's here.
All right. Little transition. So proud of you, Brooke, but we have someone super inspiring here today that I'm going to read her bio. I know you all know who she is, but just in case you don't know, she is a kid entrepreneur and award-winning philanthropist. She is on a mission to become a millionaire by 15 years old and then give it all away. She is the founder of a $7 buck challenge, a flip challenge that has turned $7 into 1,000,000 meals for charity, inspired by her real-life hero, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. From selling candy in the streets to speaking on stages and collaborating with entrepreneurs and celebrities like The Rock, Damon John, Gary Vee, Ed Milet, Case Morby, Tia Lopez, and so many more. She is her message is to start small and think big. Find your superpower and serve your way to success. I know you know her, but I'm so excited to introduce Ever Matson. Yes, Ever, we're so excited to have you here. We cannot wait to hear from you.
Hello. I just got back from school, so I'm balancing out my entrepreneurship and my school at the exact same time.
We're super excited. Thank you so much. I know, and she's in different time zones. She's in Pacific zone, so thank you so much for making it and being here with us today. So tell us a little bit how everything started. How did you started? What motivated you to start on this mission?
Yes, so I grew up serving the homeless ever since I was 7 years old. And my dad had a nonprofit called Project Rescue Party. And I would always be with him when he was serving these kids who didn't exactly have what I had. So, and I didn't know that at the time. I just figured, oh, they're my friends. Oh, they're just exactly like me. They get to go home and have a nice meal and they're able to go to sleep in a nice warm bed. But little did I know that none of that was true whatsoever. So I would ask my dad questions like, hey, what about my friend Angel? Where is he going tonight? And he would say, well, Angel doesn't have a home, so he's not able to go home tonight. And as hearing that as a 7-year-old, that stood out to me so much, and that's all I could think about at night was, where are my friends going? Because these were the only friends I had at the time. Where are they going? So I knew that instead of just being sad about seeing this happen, I knew that I could take action instead. So I decided that I would, turn this problem into a solution, because that's what us entrepreneurs do. So I decided to create my charity and project called Child Hunger Sucks. When I was little, I was learning about plan words in school, so that's why I changed it to Child Hunger Sucks because of like the lollipops. But now it's These Suckers Save Lives. So that's how I really started.
My gosh, that is so amazing. And thank you for sharing and thank you for
Thank you so
talking to
much.
us about what you're doing. So, what is your superpower and how did you find it when you got started and along the way in your journey?
Yes, I would say my superpower that I learned at a very early age and a very early start to my journey was being able to not see the like road bumps ahead, just being able to think positively and being able to focus my mind on what I can do instead of what I can't do. And I think that's definitely something that us females are good at, just focusing on like just our like, like our superpowers. Like we can do this. I mean, if we can give birth, I'm sure we could do all kinds of things too. you know?
Well
So
said.
that's I would say that.
That's so good because I mean we're super proud of you because you're so young and you found that superpower super early, and that inspires us to just keep going, keep finding ourselves and just leveraging our superpower. Because just like you said on one of the reels that we have, like all of us have a superpower, so that's super important for.
Exactly.
And one of the things that
Every single person has.
yes. Uh, and one of the things that I love about your story is that you started small, but that doesn't mean that's it. Like you can feed a few homeless or kids and that's it. But you took it like 10x, 100x this project. So can you
Yes.
talk on how start small, start where you are with what you have, but just turning that into a bigger and bigger mission?
Yes. Okay. So I would say one of the key things that you can do when starting small. I'm not saying that I'm big now because I am not whatsoever, and I'm getting there. But something very important is learning from your mentors because you can learn a lot from people who are older than you, just like how I'm learning things from you guys. It's just it sounds more educated, especially to say that sometimes you don't have to know everything you're talking about. If you can soak in information from other people, you can learn from them and help better improve yourself. So mentors are a very important thing, and especially books. I've been reading business books ever since I was little, and even you could read an entire book and there could be just one piece of information that stands out from the rest that could help you along the way. So those are some two very important things.
I I love you. So I have my daughters in the
Thank you.
room. I have my daughters. I have Marissa in here and I have Michaela. They're 15 and a half and soon to be 12. And you're a complete inspiration. And I love everything that you're saying. And I was so excited. I've never been more excited to meet a 14-year-old in my life. And so such an honor. I want to start with that. And I'm happy my daughter's in the room with me right now. And what I want to ask you is, what advice do you give women who really don't know what their purpose or mission is in life? Like, how do you suggest they find that?
Um, um, that's a good question. Personally, I like to look at I actually do this like every single day. I like to look at other women who are like successful and stuff. Like, let me think of a good example. Um, Even like our day-to-day brands, like all the ladies who have created these such like amazing things. Like Selena Gomez is a good example. Like she has a makeup line, a beauty career, like a beauty thing, music. Like she's doing it all. Like when you look at somebody and you really have like a good role model and you try and aim to be like them, that can really help. Like, especially if they're a good influence, a bad influence is not a good idea because number one, the 5 people you surround yourself with are the people you become. So you want to make sure you're surrounding yourself with good people and have a good role model. I love to do that, and I love to look at women who are like badasses and be like, I can be like that too if I put in the effort. So I love doing that.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm so glad you talked about mentorships as well, because I always tell people there are no shortcuts in business other than a mentorship, right? Learn from their mistakes.
Exactly.
And success is worth the investment. So if you think success is expensive, try ignorance, right? So Maria,
Exactly.
I know Maria had a question for you as well, and I don't want to steal all the thunder here. Maria.
Yeah. So Ever, we have a foundation that we have here that we are trying to build personally, professionally, and spiritually. And spirituality is so important to us. How do you work on your spirituality?
I think that praying is very important, and just taking time in the morning to just sit there and think. You can write down your thoughts. Writing always helps you. Just getting closer to whoever you believe in. For me personally, it's God, and just becoming closer to that, and just really you can always reach out because he's always there, so you can write your thoughts and feelings down. I'm not very public about it, but
It's okay.
I like to share because I know I'm in a safe space. So definitely thanking God as well is very, very important, because that can provide you new opportunities, and just being able to acknowledge all the amazing things that you have. And one thing is very important is sometimes on bad days we're all going to say, "Oh my gosh, this is the worst day I've ever had." You know what? At least you woke up this morning. That's a very important thing. You wouldn't have been able to have this bad day if you didn't wake up, but there's always another day ahead of you. So, it sounds so cringy when people say that, but it's so true. It's very, very true. So,
Gotta look for the little things in life to keep you going, right?
exactly. Exactly. The little things that can make you happy.
I love that. And especially because you mentioned like every day is an opportunity, and all the opportunities lead to, I mean, all the efforts that we do lead to more opportunities. And I know that's kind of like how your journey started, like one door open, another door, another door. So tell us about that, like how all the opportunities that have opened for you just because you started this nonprofit.
Yes. Okay. I'll start with one door that shut, which opened a million doors. I was actually supposed to be able to speak for my talent show for school. And they told me, no, you can't do that because it has the word sucks in it, like lollipop. Hopefully you can hear what I'm saying. Like lollipop. So they were like, no, that's a bad word. And there were all my classmates were dancing to Nicki Minaj songs, and we were maybe 8. And I was like, so I can't say that child hunger is a bad thing, but they can dance to that? Okay. And I was very upset, and my dad told me that we can leave if you want to, but no, I wanted to stay and I wanted to support my friends. So I decided to stay, and we found out that there was a conference going on in San Diego by my good friend Ryan Dice, which at the time I didn't know. And my dad was like, "Why don't you go there?" And I was like, "Okay." You know what any 8-year-old would say. Okay, let's do it. So we went down and we drove to downtown San Diego, and we got there, and when I got up to him, I started explaining my story and stuff, and I told him how I just got kicked out of the talent show, and I said, "Can I speak on your stage tomorrow?" And he goes, "Because you know what, I have no fear," and I was gonna just go for it because you never know if you don't ask. So he said, "Yep, you have to be here tomorrow at 8 a.m." And I was there at 8 a.m. and I was speaking. That was my very first speaking opportunity, and I was in front of 6,000 people, and this is the first time that I ever spoke. And in front of this audience, there was when I was talking, people were coming up to me afterwards after I was finished and saying, "Will you speak at my event?" And this just opened so many doors, and I was able to keep repeating the exact same thing, meeting people in the audiences who would it was just like a domino effect, because people like to hear inspiring stories, and every time that I spoke on a stage, I worked even more and harder about my story so that way this could give me more opportunities to help more people. So that was a huge thing. Like that was an awful thing that led to so many amazing things. That's why it's important.
That's awesome because that's actually how we met. We met at GrowthCon last year in Vegas, and she came to our meetup because you guys know, like in Massive Capital, we always have like a meetup afterwards. So she came and she spoke, and actually that night, how much did you raise that night for your nonprofit? Remember?
I think it was like 10,000 in one night. That was crazy.
Yeah, so and it was just that's how I met her, and then we just hang out around Vegas and all that. So that was super fun. And another thing that I really love is your relationship with your dad. Because he is behind the scenes.
Yes.
He's probably next to you now, but he is like so supportive of
Actually,
her. Yeah.
right now I'm with my mom.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Okay, nice. That's awesome. So,
So
but yeah,
yes, I
tell
have a
us,
huge I,
yeah, tell
I
us
have
your
a huge relationship with my
dad.
parents, and that's a very yes. So I think parents are, and a lot of kids are like, oh, it's cringy to have your parents around. And I'm like, I think it's amazing. They were the ones who got me here. I should be thankful and have them with me. So I think parents are very, very important in your life, obviously, but it's important to acknowledge all the amazing things that they do for you. You know, the things that they provide for you. They provide clothes and food, and they work so hard. Like the other day, I was watching the Barbie movie, and I just texted my mom out of nowhere. I was like, "I love you, mommy." It was just like you can realize like how much that they do just by like looking at like the day to day things. Like right now, I'm wearing this shirt that my mom got me. Right now, I'm here on this earth because she gave birth to me. So it's very important to acknowledge your parents because they're a huge part of your life and to respect them. Yes, to respect them.
Of course. That's awesome. We're super excited. And then we're gonna start opening the floor for questions. But before we get that, tell us about your professional goals, the opportunities. I don't know if you want to talk about Harvard. I think it's a good time. But tell us what's coming up for you.
Yes, so I just completed my first goal, which was raising 1 million meals for Feeding America, and I raised $100,000 because for every because for every dollar somebody donates, they can provide 10 meals. So 100,000 was able to be a million. So I thought, well, I know it's not going to end there because I want to work even harder and make another goal. So my goal is to raise $1 million by like maybe November, maybe Thanksgiving, because I know it's not a realistic goal, but I know it's
This
worth
year?
it to
Like
try because
in
I did.
like this November?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love your spirit.
Yes.
You're so amazing.
I mean, well, the thing about kids though is we don't really have any roadblocks. I'm just seeing the ways I can get there. I'm not thinking about the bad things yet. So I just think you know, it's definitely worth it to try, and I'm gonna do my best to try and think of that goal. And once I reach that goal, I'm gonna make it even bigger.
I
That's
love that.
awesome.
I love that you say that you don't
Thank
have any
you.
roadblocks yet, because I think what we do is we put so much pressure that we have to do this by a certain time, or we have to make sure everything is perfect before we get going. And your spirit, you're just ready to go because it's your passion. And I love seeing that. I think it's going to help us
Yes.
be more like you.
Thank you so much. I want to learn from you guys as well.
I'm going to jump in. So I want to rewind a little bit because a lot of us have to talk in front of groups and talk in front of people. And when you asked to speak on stage in front of 6,000 people, how did you prepare for that? did you do? Because most of us, I would have note cards and I'm rehearsing what I'm going to say in my head. What did you do? Or did you just say, hey, I'm going to do it, and you got up there and winged it? Like, what's your flow?
Well, I practiced. I practiced and I practiced and I practiced. I read my speech that I wrote over and over and over again. Then I wrote it, because writing things down really helps. Read it over and over and over again until it got into my head. And I just, once I read it so many times, I knew, I said, I'm ready to do this. But one important thing, the most important thing is being able to have the confidence to get up on the stage and to do it. So I don't know how to explain it. One good thing that's a great tip for when you're talking to people is talk to people like they don't know English. Make sure that you articulate your words very well, so that way they can like understand you and really like listen and take in the information. And like use descriptive words when you're talking. Like ever since I was little, I've always loved Katie Camillo. She wrote A Tale of Winn-Dixie. But the way she articulated her words, it just painted a picture in my mind. And once you get people to be able to paint a picture in their mind of what you're talking about, that's when you know you're doing well at speaking. So you just have to like come with lots of confidence. And you know what? We're all gonna die one day, and nobody's really gonna, like, we can do it. So you'd rather live with or die with no regrets.
So I'm going to jump in again because I know we all want to hear this story. I want to hear this story. So I know you over from, because I follow The Rock, the Dwayne Johnson.
Yes.
Everybody knows The Rock, the eyebrow, you know what I'm saying? How did
Yes.
interaction happen? I know a high level of the story, but can you tell me what happened that day? Because that's how I knew who you were.
Yes, I can. Okay, so I was out in LA on Ventura Boulevard, and I was selling lollipops with my friends. And that day we were super excited because we were all going to Universal Studios. But I wanted to sell lollipops a little bit before. So I was like, okay, let's do this. And then we were all so excited about Universal Studios. So like that was like kind of like what was on our mind. So we've been selling lollipops for maybe like 2 hours now. And I was like, okay, can we go now? And my dad was like, just one more. Let's just do one more. And I was like, you know what? Let's just do one more. We're gonna do one more. That one more, the little bit of persistence, the little bit of just patience and waiting and pushing myself further, that ended up being The Rock, and that ended up changing my life. So I actually learned that from Ed Milet, the power of one more. It is so important because you never know what could happen. I never knew that was happening. And that was something that really just changed everything for me. And that's how I ended up raising the 100,000, because he inspired me to do that. I wanted to take inspiration from him, and I was like, this day really changed me. So just one more.
That's so amazing. I love it. I'm a huge follower of Ed Milet, and that's all he tell us like all the time. Like you're so close to your dream, to a completely different life, but just do one more
Yes.
call, one more rep at the gym, sell one more lollipop, and you never know. Like if somebody had told you like you are this close, just keep going.
Yes.
Of course you will do it. But at the time it's just like, I'm tired, it's sunny outside, I just want to go to, with my friends, have fun. But like we never know how close we are to a completely different.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important to really push yourself. Like a lot of the times I'll be like, Mom, can I just be done with my homework? And I'm like, you know what? This page is halfway done. Just let me just get this out of the way. Because it's one more thing off your back too. So it's two little, it's like it's a win-win, because you have something off your back and you can maybe get a reward from it. If you don't, maybe there's one next time, because every door that closes, there's another one that opens.
We love
how,
it.
so how do you, so we have a blended family. Like we have, like I was mentioning earlier, a 15-and-a-half-year-old, a soon to be 12-year-old, even a 19-year-old and a 14-year-old. And adults talk differently than young people. Okay. How do you, get your kids to, luckily it's like 2 of them want to be involved. Some of them, like, they don't get it. How do you get your peers involved? Do you just say, hey, I'm doing this, do you want to join me? Or, because I would think the average 14-year-old doesn't get it, I would think.
Yes. So my friends are very, very supportive of me. And I think that's very important, choosing your friends wisely, because if you're having somebody who's bringing you down, that is not going to help you whatsoever. Also, in this case, with like your husband or your wife or vice versa, if they're not supporting you, are they really like, being a good friend or how would you say that? Couple?
Partner?
Spouse. Are they being a good like yeah, are they really being a good partner? And I'm not trying to like be like, rethink your, or whatever. But like you have to make sure that you're having people who are just helping you to become the better you. Because if there's somebody in my life who's trying to bring me down, I'm like, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm not gonna be able to like engage in this because you're just making me you're just pulling me down and I want to be being pushed up. So my friends are very, very supportive of me. And they're like, yes, Ever, yes. And they're always like encouraging me and stuff, and they love to be a part of it. They always ask if they could like sell lollipops with me. So I think it's important on like the friends that you choose. And they're the funnest people ever, but they still know how to bring me up. So there's another win-win.
Awesome. So really surrounding yourself with amazing people is really what helped you out.
Very important.
Well, we have a question from Liz.
Hey, Ever, good to meet you. I have 2 questions for you. One is, what is your favorite type of music that you just jam out to when you need to relax? And number 2, can you tell me how you got your name? It's such a cool name, Ever. I got stuck with Liz, short for Elizabeth, which doesn't match how, I don't know. Maybe, anyway, I just love your name, and so I just wanted to know where that came from.
Yes. Well, number one, Elizabeth is the queen's name, and we have a lot of queens in here already. So I think that's a pretty cool name if you ask me.
That's true. That's a great observation.
Okay, so how I got my name. It was actually from was it a flower shop or a clothing brand, Mommy? It was a clothing brand, and it was called Everflower. And my parents just really, really liked that. My name was actually supposed to be Brighton. I think that would have been cute, but I really like Everett. It's like easy to remember and stuff.
So cool.
So so that, and then my favorite music, I really like like reggae. Is that how you say it, Mommy? Reggae. I love Frank Ocean. I love SZA. I love Kendrick Lamar. Oh yeah, soul. I love Kendrick Lamar. I love Bad Bunny. For my Latinas in the house, I love Bad Bunny. I love any type of party music. I love me a party. I love to dance. I love all kinds of music.
Awesome. Thank you.
Of course.
Anyone else want to unmute? Oh, Brooke, I can't hear you.
Because my dang mic that y'all were helping with isn't working. Hear me?
Yeah, we're good now.
Y'all didn't see the technical difficulties earlier. Okay. So Ever, I know you mentioned you want to raise $1 million by Thanksgiving, for, Be a Sucker, Save Lives, Child Hunger Sucks. You're so amazing. So what other plans do you have? Like, that's still a phenomenal goal, but you're so young. Where do you see yourself in 1 year, 3 year, 5 years? What are your goals?
Okay. So in 1 year, I think I want to be able to do, and I know this is a really high goal and it may seem pretty high, but for this one, this might have to be 3 years because this may take a little longer. But I want to be able to raise $10 million, which is 100 million meals, because that's how many Wait, no, Tony Robbins did 1 billion, so I might have to do 2 billion. Anyways, I'd love to one up some goals, and I love some good competition, but this is charity competition, so this is even better. It's benefiting. So I think that's a huge goal. I also want to be able to provide for my family. That's something that's very important for me. And I've always wanted to buy a big house and be able to have a bunch of homeless people come and live in it. I just think that would be like the cutest thing ever. And like it could be like a little home for, and like just like something like that, or maybe like a free cafe for some people. And I want to be like a, I don't know how to explain this, like like a female entrepreneur, just somebody who goes and like what I'm doing now, but kind of when I'm older, and be able to be successful, number one, to help charities, but successful for myself, and be able to provide for my family. But I kind of want to be like a what is her name? Sarah Blakely. I kind of want to be like a Sarah Blakely, like a powerhouse woman, and that's how people know you as a powerhouse. So that's kind of my goal, to be like that.
You
So I have
already
some pretty
are.
big goals.
I was gonna
You
say, you
already are.
Up. You already are. Like, you're so phenomenal, and just you already are, girl. You're already there.
Thank you.
Hey, Angela.
Hey, ladies. So Ava has a question. You want to ask?
Yeah.
Okay. She's asking if you have any existing books, or are you looking to write a book?
Yes, so I am looking to write a book currently, because I've had a lot of people tell me that it'd be really good to write a book, and I've been super busy and stuff, so I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna write a book soon, even if it's just 1 page at a time. So I'm actually currently working on that. So yes, I'm going to be working on that.
Oh, amazing. Well, Ever, how can we help you? How can we invest and donate? Where can we go? What can we do?
Yes. So number one, if you can't donate, something that really, really helps is shouting it out on social media and being able to use your voice for good. So social media is a huge thing. And you know what? Social media can be used for bad things, but there are so many good things that social media can be used for, depending how you use it. So yes. So social media, yes. And then you could donate. There is a link in my bio on my Instagram, and you can donate there on the Feeding America button. And seeing that green line just push forward is what's really also motivates me as well, because it's like, you know what, we could take this and double it. So yes, and my Instagram is at Ever Matson, and I have a lot of more information on it. So if you'd like to learn about the cause, so my Instagram is at Ever Matson.
I just put it on the chat, so you guys have the link. The first link is to donate, and the second one is our Instagram. We will be sending it out with the recording as well, but yeah, be sure you follow her and donate. Let's contribute. $1 is 1 meal. Is that correct?
Yes, for every dollar, I can provide 10 meals.
Oh, 10 meals. Okay. Yes. So please,
Yes,
please
yes.
donate.
Liz, you got another question.
I got another question, Ever. Okay, how is $1? That is amazing. Like, I guess because it scales and you can make a bunch of rice and beans and things. But also, do you have any sisters and brothers?
I don't. I am unfortunately an only child. Sometimes it's a benefit, but sometimes I'm sad. There's no other. Yeah, there is. I just
She's
don't
taking
have
care of
them there.
business. No, hold on. There's no extra.
Got so many fans.
Yes, they do. They have the link on. So I do not have any brothers and sisters. I really, really genuinely wish I did. And sometimes I'm like, oh, when I see my friends argue with their siblings, I'm like, okay, maybe there's a reason why I don't have siblings. But so Yes. Oh, and then about the food, how $1 can provide 10 meals. So there's something that Feeding America does called food rescue. So they have 200 food banks across America, and they're able to provide 10 meals for $1. So, yes.
So cool.
Oh yeah, Feeding America is amazing.
So Tony Robbins is on the same nonprofit, right? He's supporting the same nonprofit for Feed America.
Yes, he is.
So he's is he still number one, or you're number one now?
I'm
He will
still
be.
number one.
Okay,
I'm
good.
still number.
We're gonna keep you number
We gotta
one.
keep you there.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yes.
Awesome. So we have breakout rooms. Do you have guys any other question? We're gonna go to breakout rooms, and then we're gonna come back for the special announcement. One more. So any more questions? No? Okay, let's go to breakout rooms. Okay, well, we're gonna go to the last announcement before we wrap up. Just remember, we come back the first and the third Tuesday of every month. So if you have friends that will be good, that will enjoy these talks, please send them. Let's grow this community. We're gonna be sharing some plans that we have coming up. But in the meantime, I just want to go back to my slides because, that's what we do.
We love slides here.
So the last announcement is Angela. She's like no longer gonna be with us, so we just wanna thank her for all the contributions that she made to not just she but Massive Capital. So Maria, take care of it.
Yes, yes. Angela is the reason why we are all on a schedule. We are all here. We all have everything in line and ready to go. We would not have these Zoom calls every other week without her. And we are so thankful for the friendship. And we know just from what we learned from Ever today that when one door opens, there are so many, or closes, there are so many more that open. Angela, we love you. You are a sister with us, a sister in She, a sister in real estate, and you truly embody She, and we cannot wait to see what you are doing, and we cannot wait to work with you again. I know you're not going far because you're here right now, but we love you, and we're so happy to have met you.
Thank y'all so much. And I love y'all as well. And again, thank y'all for this experience. I'll be close to this community, and I've loved this chapter in my life. And it was news to Ava. She looked at me and said, "What do you mean you're not going to be with them?" So I know that y'all will forever be an extension of what we've created, and I'll be tuned, wrapped around really tight. And we'll show up when we can. And I love y'all, and I love this community. And ladies, continue to show up and grow close with this community. We'll be around.
Thank you, Angela. Thank you so much.
Good luck, Angela.
Thanks,
So,
Liz.
I challenged the group that I was in because we are all growing together. We are all celebrating together. We all got to celebrate Brooke today, and Angela's moving on to bigger and amazing things. So what is something that you guys are really pushing for? Are you leaving your W-2? Are you going to have 1,000 doors? What is it? What is that thing, that big goal that you have on your wall, the Post-it note that you have? I know mine is to write $1 million check, not a million little checks, one check of $1 million. That's my goal. I'm putting it out here. I'm putting it into the world so that I know that when it happens, this group is going to be there to support me. So take a page out of Brooke's book, and let's come up with something that we can all strive for together. So have it on your walls, have it wherever you need, so we can celebrate together. Thank you. That's my part.
I love it.
Wow. Thank you, ladies. I hope you had an amazing night with us. We got to hear from Ever and what she's doing to change the world. And it just goes to show it doesn't matter who you are, what age you are, you can always make a difference. So we're going to continue to build this community because she builds, she owns, she invests, she's me, she is you. Let's go kill it. And I can't wait to see you guys in 2 weeks. Have a great evening. Thank you for spending your Tuesday with all of us.
Thank you all. That was awesome.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Bye,
guys.
ladies.
Buenas noches, ya.
Buenas noches.